Previously, on the last episode, shit was cray. One might even say cray-cray. And we started running. So, as you can see, things have gotten pretty weird. And your vision's blurred and you're moving super fast. And the pictures on the walls are they're all eyeballs rolling around. So yeah, you know, super fun.
Upstanding folks got their welfare cut, got their jobs pulled out from under us. You know what to do. Now's the time. Do it.
Okay, and this is merely conjecture on my part, but I think we know now what happened to Lisa and how she became a ghost. So, like I said, this thing is a puzzle.
You got fired, so you drowned your sorrows in booze. She had to get a part-time job working a grocery store cash register. Only reason she could earn a wage at all is the manager liked how she looked in a skirt. You remember, right? Exactly 10 months back.
Yeah, and that thing talks. No wonder she left it in the sink. Well, I think she left it in the sink because it looked like that. But if she'd stuck around a little longer, she would have heard that her baby talks. And she would have been, I'm sure, pretty proud. But anyway, this thing's a puzzle. And part of the puzzle was noticing the hole in the wall on where the picture fell down. And now that I've triggered this, the next piece is the no turning back now message that was written on the wall. Now this is what happens if you do turn back. You reach a dead end. So, you have to keep in mind no turning back and literally not turn back.
You got fired, so you drowned your sorrows in booze. She had to get a part-time job working...
The talking fetus thing is kind of a marker of where you are. It won't be there in a little bit. Which I think is an allusion to the separate reality motif that this thing has going on. Yeah, see the hallway, how it's getting brighter? We are leaving that fucking dimension where we're stuck wandering around backstage like fucking Spinal Tap. And there's that doorway that we always go into. And oh hey, all the lights are on. It's no longer dark and creepier. So once we get past this part, we get into the last part of PT, and it's also the most confusing part of it. It's also a little bit boring to watch for that reason. So I'm going to show you some of the highlights of PT, because everyone seems to have different experiences. There are different variables going on, and I'm going to show you some of the creepier moments and just what just happened to me. I mean, you can watch another person's PT video and something else will happen.
2048.
Yeah, there are those numbers again.
2048.
I'm sure you've noticed the resolution getting a little wonky. This kind of reminds me of a little game on the GameCube called Eternal Darkness. It would mind fuck with you like that quite a bit. But here's some backstory. It acts like it's kicking you out of the game and starting over. 7780 Studios is Kojima's first clue that this was going to be a Silent Hill game. 7780 is actually the postal code for a region of Japan known as Shizuoka, roughly translated to the Quiet Hill. And of course the gamers in Japan have nicknamed the place Silent Hill for obvious reasons. Alright, so we're going to skip ahead to the creepy shit. So different stuff can happen. And, yeah, anytime Lisa does that, they call it possessing you. You're probably about to die. Like so. She also pops up in different places, like I said. And again, everyone's experience seems to be different. It's not all the same for everybody. Ah, look who locked herself outside. Serves you right. That was after a second playthrough, actually. Speaking of second playthroughs, your flashlight changes color. This is actually a friend of mine playing, and I'd never seen her do that before. I actually had to delete my save game data just to replicate a first playthrough to get most of the clips for these videos. So just when you think you've seen and done everything in PT, playing it a second time can be quite a different experience. Okay, right here, that is not my shadow. I actually didn't catch that the first time. It was when I was watching this clip to put in the video that I realized, holy shit, that is not my shadow. So here's an example of what happens if you don't take the radio guy's advice. Okay, yeah, we get the gist, Lisa, thank you. Yeah, when he says, don't touch that dial, we're just getting started, it means don't get too close to the radio. Don't trust the tap water means don't get close to the sink. Look behind you means you should look behind you. But I think that only counts for earlier in the game. Supposedly, if you collect all the picture fragments, which is what I'm doing here right now, you become immune to Lisa's attack. She doesn't possess you, or if she does, she can't kill you. Standing perfectly still and doing nothing also works. She's not going to pop out at you if you're just sitting there. You might hear weird voices, though. So, we're back to the last part of the game that I had skipped over. This is actually my very first playthrough, this clip. It was a little bit more coherent. Because it honestly is a fucking random ass. There are no solid ways to beat this, I swear. You're trying to trigger 3 baby laughs. That was the first one. Supposedly, everybody has their own theory as to how to trigger them. Okay? Right here, I was clearing my throat. I can confirm that I was only able to beat it with a mic plugged in. And I only did that because I read that. Everyone who seems to have been playing with a mic plugged in or maybe broadcasting on Twitch beat this. One guy I read beat it without a mic, but I still haven't experienced that personally. Like I said, nobody really fucking knows how to beat it. That second baby laugh, you're supposed to stay perfectly still, and that's what I was doing right there, and then the phone rings. Now that is something everyone can confirm. You stay perfectly still.
You've been chosen.
The phone rings, the controller vibrates, and then the phone rings, and then you answer it. I'm gonna let you watch the ending. Yeah, I thought it was the front door that unlocked, but it's still that same door. I'm gonna let you watch the ending, and whatever happens after this, because it doesn't look like Silent Hills is gonna happen, but Kojima and Del Toro did stay friends. They love working together, apparently, and they're working on something new, Del Toro says. So whatever it is, get behind it.
Dad was such a drag. Every day he'd eat the same kind of food, dress the same, sit in front of the same kind of games. Yeah, he was just that kind of guy. But then one day he goes and kills us all. He couldn't even be original about the way he did it. I'm not complaining. I was dying of boredom anyway. But guess what? I will be coming back, and I'm bringing my new toys with me.
That's our show, everyone. Thanks for watching, and happy Halloween.